What is going on, guys? This is Miasin. So people keep asking me, what do I think will be the next best deck, or what is currently the best deck in Yu-Gi-Oh right now? And honestly, the answer is kind of complicated because I do believe that Unchained is extremely good, but I also believe that Rescue Ace is pretty much like identical in terms of reliability, consistency, power, etc. The deck is inherently good going second, even if it doesn't draw hand traps, it can still push through like a couple of interruptions. As we have seen on a couple of live streams, sometimes people push through like every interruption in the mirror match without necessarily drawing any going second cards, which is kind of crazy. And obviously the deck can play through hand traps when it goes first, but it can also make some negates and stuff like that, which is kind of dangerous because if you are relying on stuff like Evenly Matched or Lightning Storm Duster, it might not be enough to make you win against Rescue Ace. And this deck just does it all. It doesn't really insta-scoop to anything in particular. It doesn't lose to like Lava Golem either because you can revive back monsters on your opponent's turn. So yeah, it has answers to pretty much everything, and it's just going to keep getting better and better over time because Phantom Nightmare is also going to be giving its support on top of giving support to Fire King. So in other words, if this deck doesn't get touched, it might actually just completely make Fire King irrelevant, and it will remain the best deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! So today I will show you guys a bunch of combos featuring the newer support for Rescue Ace, as well as some combos that you can actually do right now. But before this video starts, make sure you smash the like and subscribe button. It really motivates me a lot to keep making videos like these. And also, I'm going to be giving you guys the deck profile in this video as well. So it's packed with the combo and deck profile. So yeah, again, make sure you smash the like and subscribe button. Anyways, combo number 1, I have Wanted and Airlifter as well as 1 discard. Look at what it can do. It's actually really insane because it's going to be a lot of interruptions that most decks will be pretty much unable to deal with. So on your draw phase, you're going to be going Wanted in order to search the Diabell Star, playing around Jewel by searching on the draw phase, and then normal summon Airlifter, get your Emergency, and then Diabell Star, pitch a card to summon the Diabell Star, get your Sinful Spoil Snake Eye, and then Emergency into the Airlifter, get rid of the, into the Hydrant, get rid of the Airlifter, Surge of the Turbulence, and then link off into Link Rebo, and then send that in order to summon the Jet Synchron, and then go for Borreload Savage Dragon. So now you're safe from hand traps, and then you're going to be special summoning the Turbulence, and you're going to be getting the effect in order to search, set 4 cards directly from your deck to the field, and then you're going to be getting 1 draw with Wanted, and then you can discard anything to revive back the Jet Synchron, Synchro Summon into Baron de Fleur, and if you need some space in order to set 1 final card, you can destroy the Link Rebo, set a card, and your Borreload Savage Dragon still has a negate, because it has nothing to do with the monster being equipped. So yeah, at this point you would have Baron, Borreload Savage Dragon, and 4 back row off of the Turbulence. So you're going to have Contain and Extinguish, those are 2 interruptions, as well as Rescue and Alert. So, I mean, technically, Rescue can be like a Shark Cannon, so it can be an interruption, but you're usually going to be reviving back one of your own monsters, and then Alert can search or recycle back a Rescue Ace monster from your deck to the hand, which is pretty nasty. So yeah, all of that with just 2 cards and some discards. Pretty freaking dangerous, and also the Turbulence could pop a card if one of your cards leaves the field by an opponent's card effect, which is also very filthy. Yeah, that's it for combo number 1. Very simple. Everybody kind of knows about it, at least at the moment. Let's get into some more kind of complicated combos. Alright, so if you are going first and you have Bonfire, and we are, of course, considering that this is post-Phantom Nightmare, look at what you can do. So you're going to be searching the Populace, and then special summon it, and then get your search for the Sinful Spoil Snake Eye, and then you link off it to Link Rebo. Everything is always the same. And then get rid of the Populace in order to special summon the Hydrant and get your search for the Airlifter. And then normal summon, well, go into the SP first, and then normal summon the Airlifter, get your Emergency, and then activate that to get your Turbulence. And then you're going to be getting rid of the Airlifter, set 4 cards. And you could also go for the Promethean Princess, revive back something, and then go for the Alert in order to search for the Turbulence, Preventer, sorry. Banish the Turbulence, go into the Sunlight Wolf, revive back the Turbulence from the Banish. They're all, bro, I don't know why I get confused with the names. But yeah, Link Rebo from the graveyard on the Hydrant into the Sunlight Wolf, recycle back a Fire from the graveyard. So if you are discarding like Ash, for example, sometimes you just get it back, it's pretty much free. And then go into the Heat Soul, draw 1 card, and on your opponent's turn, you're also going to be drawing another card, which is good value, actually. It's just a 1-card combo, and it gets you a bunch of back row, a bunch of cards in hand, which is very nice. I mean, you're always going to be able to achieve that moving forward with a 1 single Bonfire, but not with Populace itself, because that takes up your normal summon. So do keep that in mind. It's not actually the same. But yeah, that's it for this one. Very simple. Let's get into combo number 3. Alright, so assuming that you have Bonfire and a discard, and your opponent has like a hand trap or something, You go special summon the Populace, and then you go into the Linkuriboh. Obviously, it depends on when your opponent uses the Imperm, but I'm just going to show something that will come up very often in the next format. So yeah, obviously at this point, if you do get Imperm, it's not really the end of the world. You can still go into NSP. But at this point, you're kind of safe from the Imperm because it's not going to be enough. And obviously, if you hard draw like Turbulence or Emergency, if your opponent Imperms you too early, it's not going to be good news for him. But yeah, Emergency into the Turbulence. And at this point, you're pretty much safe from Imperm because if your opponent uses it on the Turbulence when you use the effect, you can chain SP to banish both. And then you still get 4, and then on the end phase, you get them back. Or if your opponent imperms you preemptively in order to play around the effect of SP, you still don't care because you can link off it to a Promethean Princess and then revive back the Turbulence and then set 4 cards, and you really just don't care. Like, this is still Sunlight Wolf with 4 back row through an imperm. Obviously, if your opponent imperms you on the Populace and you had, like, literally nothing, then it kind of hurts, but come on, like, there's, like, infinite ways to recover from that, so it's unrealistic. But yeah, no, one hand trap will not be enough moving forward to stop this deck. It's actually really dangerous. And again, you're not trying to imperm this deck early on because it's usually not really good. But too late in the combo is also not really good. So in other words, yeah, good luck dealing with Rescue Ace with a new support. Now, in order to put this into perspective, I will show you guys a very, reasonable and realistic combo where I have like 5 cards in my hand. My opponent has Veiler, Imperm, Endril, and Logbird, and a pretty good hand also going to be drawing into Fenrir. I have double Emergency with the Hydrant, Alert, and Extinguish, so a lot of the breaks in my hand, but it's fine. And I can play through 3 hand traps just like that very easily. So yeah, step number 1 is to normal summon the Hydrant and then use the effect in order to search for the Turbulence, and then I get hit by a Droll. I chain the Alert to search for the Turbulence. So that's gonna resolve. There was no reason for my opponent to Veiler me here. Might as well let it resolve so that he can troll me. And then I go for the Linkuriboh, banish the Hydrant for the Preventer, and then link into an SP Little Knight, revive back the Hydrant, and then special summon the Turbulence, banish the 2 Rescue Ace cards in my grave. And then I will get Veilered preemptively, I will let it resolve. I'll go into an Emergency, get rid of the Turbulence for another Turbulence, and then I get Impermed again. I don't care, I go into a Promethean Princess, into the Turbulence, and then use the effects. So yeah, the double Veilers were just doing nothing. And then I still set the Emergency, Contain, and Rescue. And we're not done yet, we can keep playing. So Sunlight Wolf, Rescue, revive back the Veiler, and then get back a Fire from the graveyard to the hand, and then Linkuriboh, and then I can go into an SP Little Knight, set 1 card, and I have, what, the SP to banish, the Extinguish to pop, the Contain to negate, as well as the Emergency that can summon a Preventer to Book of Moon something. That is very dangerous, actually, and the Promethean Princess to pop, oh my god, and the Linkuriboh. Yeah, that is quite a lot. But yeah, at this point, I would summon another Hydrant if I want the bonus effects of Contain and Extinguish so that my opponent's monsters do literally nothing. And then, of course, the SPL Knight on its own is already an unbreakable board for Centurion. So yeah, there's pretty much no way you lose, even if you get triple hand trapped. It's ridiculous. Anyways, now let's get into the deck profile. Alrighty, so for the deck list, I mean, it's relatively straightforward. I play a lot of going second cards, and this is a 42 card deck list. You could maybe trim it down to 40, it's really up to you, but it doesn't change that much at this point. And I'm playing the Jet Synchron, so I'm not necessarily trying to draw some of the one-ofs like Populace and Jet Synchron, they're really bad. But yeah, 3 Forbidden Droplet, 3 Ash, 3 Imperm. Ash is recyclable off of Sunlight Wolf. Imperm is just very good overall. You don't necessarily have to play like 12 hand traps because mix it up with like board breakers, and it's going to help you with the going second quite a lot. Because some decks are just like completely immune to hand traps, but they lose to board breakers, or the other way around. Like Centurion, it doesn't lose to like Dark Ruler and evenly, but it loses very hard to quickly spell cards. And then I'm playing 2 Turbulence. This is the perfect ratio, I want to say. 3 is too much, and 1 is obviously not enough. And then 2 Preventer, which is also, I want to say, a decent ratio. 3 Airlifter, of course, is the best normal summon in the deck by a long shot. And then 1 Jet Synchron in order to summon the Baron as well as Borload Savage. The Populace that I'm not trying to draw because I'm trying to search it with the Bonfire. Bonfire could be a 3 of. It does make sense, especially if you're playing more Diabell Stars and Wanted. Playing 3 is too much because there's only 1 search target and it's once per turn, so if you get ashed, it's not like you can use another one. 2 Hydrant. This is also not the kind of card that you are necessarily trying to draw because as a normal summon, it doesn't do that much, but as a special summon, it's pretty good because then you use your normal summon on Airlifter, so that's the reason why this is an absolute must 3 of. And then 1 Diabell Star, 1 Sinful Spell Snake Eye, 3 Wanted, I want to say these ratios are pretty straightforward. And then 3 emergency, 3 pot of prosperity for consistency, reinforcement of the army for an extra copy of airlifter. I'm not playing impulse, so this reinforcement of the army is not really searching anything else, so you can definitely cut this card. It also makes you lose a little more to draw, and the field spell is also another card that you can cut. So if you want to drop this deck down to 40, you can cut these 2 cards, but the field spell is nice for the follow-up play so that you never run out of gas. You just keep looping your rescue ace cards over and over. And I do believe that this really helps you out, grinding some games out, but at the same time, you can close the game in like 1 or 2 turns, so sometimes you don't even need the field spell for follow-up. And then the 4 Rescue Ace bricks, quote-unquote, so Rescue, which is a Monster Reborn, or a Recycle Back, or a Shark Cannon. And then Alert is a Recycle Back or a Search, depending on if you have Hydrant or not. And then Contain is the Negate, and Extinguish is the Pop. So yeah, all these 4 cards are not necessarily good to draw, but sometimes Alert is fine if you draw Hydrant, as I've showcased in combo number 4. Anyways, for the extra deck, I'm playing 3 Super Poly targets, so Guilty Gearfried. This is particularly good if your opponent ends on Baron de Fleur and Espial Knight, because those are 2 warrior monsters with different attributes, so that's pretty nice. And then Garura and Mud Dragon gives you a lot of coverage. These 2 are obviously the best Super Poly targets out there. And then Baron and Savage for the Omni Negates thanks to Jet Synchron. The combo, you need Diabel Star as well as Airlifter in order to do that. And then Typhon for going second, Access Code in order to close out games, but I want to say you don't necessarily need that because you can play the World Sea Dragon Zelantis OTK combo with Raging Phoenix. That's also very nice, but I'm not playing the Snake Eye engine, so it's a little harder to do. Promethean Princess, obviously broken, Heat Soul, pretty good, and then Hita, Sunlight Wolf, Double Espial Knight, Masquerena, and Lin Kribo. So yeah, that's it. And for the idea section, I mean, it's very self-explanatory as well. Impulse if you want to play it, as well as Fire Attacker, Fire Engine, etc. Don't know if I recommend, but it's still decent. Drill and Logbird, Dragonite Draco Equist as another Super Poly target. Underworld Goddess to get rid of unaffected by card effect monsters. It might come up actually, so why not? Mekk-Knight Crusadia Avermax with Masquerena. If you just want a big wall, but it's not even that good because of Typhon, can just bounce it back. And then Appaloosa, I don't know why Chusbania is here. Unicorn is not as good as SP, so this should not be here. Dark, Rapidocus with Link Decoder. There was a combo like back in the days where one single Hydrant was like an access code, but you don't even need to do that anymore. And then Instant Fusion for Mud Dragon so that you can call Fire, and then your Turbulence cannot get impermed. That's not too bad. And then 1-for-1 and Harpy's Feather Duster. I don't even know why these cards are here. But yeah, I mean, 1-for-1 is actually not too bad. I mean, some people have played with it. But yeah, that's it for this video. Very short and sweet. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know your thoughts about this deck in the comment section below. I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.